So taking this in-breath and out-breath, we come to the end of our meditation this morning. Be kind to yourself. You can stay here as long as you need to. Be gentle. Love yourself in these moments of stillness and oneness with Spirit. And at this season of the birth of Christ consciousness as who you are, may you feel the moments today of new beginnings, of a sense of beauty and power and joy that is all around you and within you. For you were created to do magnificent things. Have a beautiful day, and our service will start at 10:30, and thank you for joining the meditation.
Good morning. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Before we begin our service, we're going to light our peace candle. Just down front, makes it easier to see for everybody. So we light this candle to bring into this room the peace that is the foundation of the deeper truth that is running through and underlying everything. Even when, and especially when, the outside world feels so uncertain. So let us take a moment of silence together to honor our feelings and open our hearts to uncover this peace within and then shine it as light out into the world. Let's let the last service of 2025 begin.
This joy that I have, this joy, oh yeah. Here we go. Well, oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, the world didn't give it to me. Yes, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. World didn't give it, the world didn't give it. The world can't take it away. Let's say it again. This joy that I have, world didn't give it to me. World didn't give it to me. This joy that I am right now, yes, the world didn't give it to me. This joy. Didn't give it, world didn't give it to me. World didn't give it, world didn't give it. World can't take it away. Woke up, I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind.
One of the wonderful things and not so wonderful things about hosting Sunday service here is following these great musicians. It's a tough act to top, so I'm not even going to try because I don't sing. My name's Ron Wade. I do sing, but only in the shower. My name is Ron Wade, and in the spirit of joy, I welcome you to the last Sunday celebration of 2025. Would you also make sure that anything in your pocket that might go beep, 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 or ring, ring, ring is on silent. That would be great. So I would now like to invite our practitioner of the day, Elizabeth Jade, forward to call us into service.
Good morning. I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times, and with each time that I ring it, I invite you to bring that joy, that peace, that intention deeper into your being. And as we continue to feel that vibration, that's God. That vibration, the peace, the love that is in this space, that is all God. And as I know that divine presence in, as, and through me, I know it is and is. It absolutely is and is through and as each of you in this space and those online. Knowing that each and every one of us is that divine presence that is going to make this service today perfect, divinely perfect. Knowing that each and every one in this space will hear exactly what they need to hear from the message and the music, and from the smile they receive from the person sitting next to them. I am so grateful for this knowing and for being a part of this. I release my word into the action of the law, and I anchor it with, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you. Our community is a place of belonging, calling everybody into their spiritual magnificence. We are companions on a journey, expanding love's expression, and as we learn to be the presence of peace, we become beacons of light, living the principles we teach as we meet each other where we are. We are a safe place where hope and courage are explored. And new beginnings happen through radical acceptance of who and whose we are. Welcome home. I would like to acknowledge that there are, for today and every week, there are approximately 30 volunteers who come together in community to create these Sunday celebration services. So a heartfelt thank you to all of those who volunteer. So we know there's a lot of different ways you can spend your Sunday morning. NFL football's on, et cetera, but we're grateful that you're here today to nourish your soul. And we would like to welcome you. And if you are with us for the first time, please fill out our connection card, which can be found under the seat in front of you, and there should even be a pin as well. And then you can return it to us in one of 2 ways. One is when the offertory basket comes around later, you can drop it in the box or in the basket. Or 2, you can visit in Fellowship Hall. The concierge table has a big concierge sign hanging over it, and you can provide it back to them. And the concierge desk also has a welcome packet for you. Now, if there's anybody here for the first time, would you stand so that we could welcome you? Is there anyone? Okay, no one's here for the first time that's owning up to it. All right, got it. Regardless, we'd like you to join us after service in Fellowship Hall. This is our potluck Sunday, so you're in luck if you want to partake. And if you're new and you didn't bring anything, please join us anyway for that conversation and community. So, would you please stand and join me in reading together our statement of being? We believe that life is good, that God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. Play with someone next to you. Okay, everyone, playtime is coming to an end. Recess is over. But we're not yet to nap time. That's about 3 hours from now this afternoon. Our featured artist today is the incomparable Reverend Queen Michelle Jordan. And if you have been here for a while, you've heard her many times, yet each time you hear her, it's amazing. And if you've not heard her yet, you're in for a real treat. Reverend Queen Michelle Jordan.
Good morning, family. I started getting full all of a sudden. Can you shake out your right arm for me? Shake out your left arm. Support yourself and shake out your right leg, left leg. Shake out what you sit on. Let's shake out our voices all together. Woo! One of those Japanese bowls that was made long ago. I have some cracks in me. They have been filled with gold. That's what they used back then when they had a bowl to mend. They didn't hide the cracks, they let them shine instead. So now every old scar shows from every time I broke, and anyone's eyes can see I'm not what I used to be. And in a collector's mind, every jagged line makes me more beautiful, worth a much higher price. I'm like like one of those Japanese bowls that was made long ago. I have some cracks in me. See how they shine of gold. Oh, they shine of gold, bringing light and gold. So now every old scar shows from every time I broke, and anyone's eyes can see I'm not what I used to be, and in a collector's mind, every jagged line makes me more beautiful, worth a much higher price. Yes, I'm like one of those Japanese bowls made long ago. I have some cracks in me. See how they shine of gold. Simon Russell, Billy Johnson, and James Jeffrey, and the praise team.
We're all Japanese bowls, actually. And we've all been cracked open and been repaired with gold. Hallelujah. So now I have also, after following that incredible, I don't even know what the word is for it, that incredible, I get to introduce our featured speaker today, who is wrapping up not only our monthly theme of shedding our skin for December, but wrapping up 2025. It's our very own Reverend Maureen Ross with her message, Permission to Live Imperfectly Well. Reverend Maureen Ross.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. I'm bringing my water. I asked Reverend Queen to sing that song, and I might need my water. And Konnichiwa, minasan, o genki desu ka? And you answer, hi, dozo. Japanese bowls. I lived there for a while. I learned what they were. And my father, Harry, the potter, made mashiko-yaki, a kind of pottery, and I'll have a piece that I'll show you in a while. And so when I heard that song from Reverend Michelle the first time, Japanese bowls, it has stayed with me as part of my life legacy. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. This is December 28th, the completion Sunday for this year, 2025. And we are all here today together. So thank you. Thank you, each one of you, for being here. The wonder of the day, the sunlight. This year, we have been exploring Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. And they had the theme for December, Shedding Our Skin. And one of our practitioners shared with me, and part of my tradition of being in other country cultures, is what is the year of animal, and this year was the year of the snake. And one of my sons was born in '89, so he's repeated that this year. And I also think of cocoon and butterfly. So when I looked at this today, permission to live imperfectly well, I'm perhaps more in the cocoon kind that sheds that. Shedding our skin. In December, we looked at surrender to what? And then youth came in with their wisdom, and they looked upon letting the light shine. And then last week, Reverend Nadene gave us returning to the light through darkness. And so here I am, permission to live imperfectly and well. And I have a small card that I pulled out of this morning. By being yourself, you put something wonderful into the world that was not there before. Yes, we do. So my experience when I looked at this title, a song came to me. There's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets out. It's Leonard Cohen. He did it as an homage to the Liberty Bell that got cracked. And then they stopped ringing the bell, and somebody came back in and let's kintsugi it. Let's put gold. They didn't put gold. They said, let's ring it anyway and see what happens. And it still rang. Leonard Cohen, ring the bells that can still ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. And I've lived into realizing for me that this crack, this change, these openings, that's how our light gets out. That's what we're doing here, is to open our hearts, open our minds, open our imagination. And the crack in that bowl that is in the song that she sang at her ordination and then very graciously, it's written by Peter Mayer. I like one of those Japanese bowls that were made long ago. I have some cracks in me. They have been filled with gold. So now every old scar shows from every time I broke, and anyone's eyes can see I'm not what I used to be. But in the collector's mind, all those jagged lines make me more beautiful. The collector's mind, the maker's mind. I'm living well. We've all lived well. We've got some cracks that show. And that's how you learn to trust someone, is you see how their lives are carried forward every day to make us more beautiful and worth a much higher price. Imperfect imperfection, perfect perfection. When the Japanese mend these broken objects and they filled them with gold, they believed because when something suffers damage, it becomes more beautiful. And so I brought a bowl that I got last year for Bowls of Thanksgiving. The maker is Mark Hurrick. And my father, Harry the Potter, if he had been here, he would have asked me to be sure. And what I loved about this bowl for the Bowls of Thanksgiving is, are we going to put soup in this bowl? But the glazing is so beautiful. I saw it in a moment, and I thought that bowl is for me on behalf of all the bowls I've ever known. And I'm not going to fill it with gold. I actually put prayers in it and words of gratitude, and I have affirmations that I have, and that's what this bowl holds. But it also holds its beauty, and it is exactly what it is. And I'm going to have it sit right here. And listen. Here we are. As we age, we have experiences that crack our edges, line our faces, changes happening inside that we can't see from the inside, but we feel it. And when it has to get our attention, it comes across the surface into our outer edges. And I need to start paying attention, is what I said. And I'm going to share this. It was 8 weeks and 8 days ago that my body said to me, if you don't do it differently, this is going to expand. And I actually told my son, and he took me to care, and they said, give it 6 to 8 weeks. And I changed things. We can feel grateful that we live imperfectly well. And there's life is filled with surprises for us. So this is the last Sunday in December, and a week ago yesterday and a week ago today was winter solstice. It was the day of the year where there was the most darkness, and the earth and the sun had a conversation, and earth wanted to lean differently and have more light during the day on the entire planet of earth. And so the sun agreed, and last Sunday morning we had 3 more minutes of sunlight, and each day more. So I gathered with many. It was a beautiful gathering. Of the intended would have been 14, but with the rain and the difference in the weather, we gathered and we walked the labyrinth, as well as dove deeply into the solstice a week ago yesterday. And then as we each of us walked our labyrinth, and if you have walked a labyrinth, you know that you just don't go into a circle. You go and you turn and you go over into that quadrant, and it takes you all the way around. You think, oh, I'm going to turn left and go, oh, I guess I'm not. I'm going to turn back that way. And as we were sharing, the person next to me said, I noticed it was turn, turn, turn. My life has become turn, turn, turn. And much younger Maureen heard the song. For every season, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. And that has stayed with me. And every time I get on that labyrinth now, I'm going to bring that melody with me. Because then when we get there to the center, we can release and let go. We can let Spirit hold our life. Where our heart is open wide, we're only here for love. And we can then take that love and walk it back through the labyrinth of life, and here we are. Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who had the imagination to bring it all together off of these purple banners you see, some of the faiths, the many, many faith traditions in the world over all the centuries of humanity. He guides us to faithfully and prayerfully live perfectly well. As you learn to release all of your burdens to the right action of God, you will find that everything falls into its proper place. You let your problems slip away. You realize that a power greater than you are and a presence that is within you is ready, willing, and able to guide you in all ways. And then peace, security, and fulfillment come with ease, and there is a sense of joy and accomplishment. Living faithfully and prayerfully. Does the word perfect really apply everywhere? Oh, yes, to the one who makes it all. And if we're a part of it, there is a way, there is only one of each one of us, and no one could walk in these shoes the way each one of us does, or breathe the way we breathe, or pray the way we pray. And yet, it's all the one. One of my teachers, John Philip Newell, shared this week, in gratitude for the passing of time and the flowing of love, we deepen our appreciation of the beauty of all life. And I want to appreciate again here the month of December, who's come with us all month long. December is a completion of that circle out there, the circle in here. 2 weeks ago, the youth and family came in letting the light shine, and they talked about the principles of peace and beauty, power, faith, love. The young ones, remember they had the chairs here? Was the youngest 6 years old? How young is your young? She's very young, up to the teens and the almost 20s. And Chris Grayson, who is a deeply wise man. Compassion, connection, participation. Last week we had Reverend Nadene and Reese Whitaker, and they were returning to the light through darkness. So we were coming into the solstice last weekend. And Reverend Nadene shared, as we celebrate the return of light's radiant, uplifting power, we explore the beauty of darkness as its sacred complement. And I had the thought when my children were each born, and then I thought of myself. We remember. From the first moment we opened our eyes and saw light, after 9 months or so of being in a less than lighted space, but with a lot of sound and movement, and it grew for us, our mothers grew the space for us to be birthed, but no light yet, and then we were on earth. And however that was, our skin feels light. It's not dependent on sight. It's the receiver of the light that is earth. Even in the darkness, there's light, and it's the light that guides us to wholeness and oneness at the core. And what is that phrase people say? I saw light at the end of the tunnel. Have any of you had that experience where you just were in the deep, dark days and something lit up for you? Somebody shared with me this morning about deer. Deer represented light in their way, didn't they? The beauty of it. Light is in many forms. And it turned today to grateful living. Yes, there was darkness. Yes, we have more light. How? How do we live differently? How do we complete this year in all of its differences and changes? And how do we go back then, the 5 years? We have lived through 5 incredibly, intentionally different years. And we've met it where it is. And I can stand here for just a moment remembering those times when there were 11 people. That was all that was allowed by the county of Santa Clara. And Reverend Queen Michelle and I had to come out that door and stand further away, and you sang over here, and did we have musicians, and who was the head count? Look where we are today. We can come, and we can come back, and we can be here together. And we're grateful. And going into 26, I'm taking gratitude with me. And my Japanese bowl here, that it's going to take my gratitude and hold it for me. And what I love about it is it lets my intentions flow. I receive wisdom from grateful living every day. Living gratefully helps you navigate the joys and difficulties that accompany life, so that you can be there within this idea that we are we have permission to live imperfectly well. This is not an exercise in avoiding the hard stuff or pretending that things are okay when they're not okay. Living gratefully is being fully present to your life, so your perspective can be expanded, your compassion enhanced, and your purpose discovered. And this makes every day more meaningful. Living gratefully becomes the daily foundational practice of stop, look, and go. We have that other one that some of you may remember. Stop, look, and listen. Stop, look, and listen. Stop, look, and go. I have a teacher in Seattle who gives us ways to move through our days, and stop, pray, and listen were my trio. Pause, breathe, listen. Stop. See, she's got us stop, pause, listen, pray for guidance. And I feel the gratitude from knowing that my teachers live what I live, that they know that we are imperfectly well in the ways that we live. Science tells us that gratitude lowers your stress and it improves your mental and physical health, and I'm living that right now. I got a phrase 8 weeks and 8 days ago that I say every day, and it's in my bowl. Some of you may ask for this, so if you want to take a photo of this green card afterward. We do not wait for healing to feel whole. We feel whole for healing to occur. That's Ernest Holmes. We do not wait for healing to feel whole. We feel whole for healing to occur. Ernest. Yeah. Life is challenging with loss and uncertainty, and joy is not elusive if you practice seeking it. Living gratefully strengthens your perspective. It allows you to cherish and recognize what matters to you without silver lining difficult situations. We don't do spiritual bypass here. We name it for what it is, and then we say, we do not wait for healing to feel whole. We feel whole for healing to occur. And it does. And it does. I got curious about healing in the Science of Mind textbook. Did Ernest use the word heal or healing? So I went to the Concordance, which is a kind of guidebook for it. And the word heal is in the Science of Mind 74 times. That somebody did the math on that. So Ernest, heal is not the H word. Heal is important. It's an action, it's a fitness, it's a reminder that we're whole, that we're, let it empower us, let it help us. There is from Ernest as well in his writing about healing, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, which is from Romans. The renewing of the mind is a scientific act, hence science of mind. The renewing of the mind is a scientific act as the conscious thought pours truth into the channels of our creative energy, and our body is automatically renewed. And this is mental healing. Ernest saying this. Mental healing is a conscious act. It's an established fact. And you can expand it by injecting liberty, freedom, health, harmony, and success. These quotes from Ernest. The body is healed as the inner mind is transformed, as the old false images of thought are renewed. The process is a conscious one and may be practiced by anyone who understands those principles that are involved. And then we go back to our youth 2 Sundays ago. What are the principles, children? Peace, beauty, power, faith, love, truth, connection, participation, compassion. Keep talking. If you look around the room here inside the sanctuary, over here we have we envision the global heart, and you see the words that stand out in brighter. Forgiveness is the norm. Borders are irrelevant. Beauty, nature, and love. Spiritual wisdom, experience. Principles, principles. Spirit is calling. These words up here. Rising higher. Growing deeper. Rising and growing. This is a philosophy that we can live into because it's practical and it helps us work with it. And then when I write my affirmations, and I was getting a little messy, I had this card, and when I got this one written, I didn't want to put it somewhere else. And as Kathy and the others say, choose 2 things and write them down. The amazing thing for me was I have these little notebooks, and so I could carry it easily. One Monday on the 15th of December, helpful, hopeful, and truthful. Hopeful, truthful, kind. And then Dr. Kathy Ann said, make a list, check it off, claim your good. Wasn't, don't stop at just writing the word and putting it in the bowl, bring it back. And so I had the gift of receiving this wonderful journal as a Christmas gift, feeling good. I'm like into goodness. And then I have that, and it came. And then another person, ordinary goodness. I know some people you are curious. You're going to hear more about that too this year, coming up 26. And so, to bring it full circle, just like I do with the labyrinth, I release and I let go. I let spirit hold my life. My heart is open wide. I am only here for love. Opening our hearts wide, lifting with faith to see the light. claiming freedom in our spirit. This is how I receive music as prayer. Letting go, opening up, allowing spirit. You'll have the gift of this in a few minutes. And renewing. We renew here. We light candles. Then we have the gift of the bowl that is not broken. And even if it were, I would say, ring it anyway and see what different and new sound it gives us. And we pray, and the part of our prayer that is unique and important is, and we release it into the action of the law, which is the law of change, which is transforming lives, which reveals love. We do that here. That's who we are at Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. And I also wanted to bring what I bring in other areas of my process, wisdom from women. Helen Keller, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Maya Angelou, you cannot control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. So if we get a little cracked and wrinkly, if we get a little stiff, if we hear differently. Maya, my hope is to laugh as much as I cry, to get my work done, to try to love somebody and have the courage to accept their love in return. She says, you can't forgive without loving, and I don't mean sentimentality. I don't mean mush. I mean, have enough courage to stand up and say, I forgive. I'm finished with it. And life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. So let it take your breath away. Let it come at you. And as I come to completion with the beauty of being with you today, and you will see me again on the Ides of March and other ways as well. Permission to live imperfectly well. I'm going to do my closing prayer a little differently. I'm going to give you the affirmations for the 5th week of December by Reverend Michael Gott, helping us to live imperfectly well. I let go of old ideas and thoughts of limitation. I release my need to control people, places, and things. In the letting go, I am free. That's today's. And there's 3 more because we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I am no longer willing to cling to limiting thoughts and false beliefs. I embrace the truth that I am an expression of spirit. Divine love and power flow through me now. And then come Tuesday, I have no need to cling to forms I knew before. I trust Spirit to continually bless me with new and higher forms that reflect my growing consciousness of good, which will take us to the center, full circle. On Wednesday, I live in the freedom of spirit. I am open and available to the good that comes my way from unexpected and expected channels. I have all I need to do, all that is mine to do. I have it now. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Maureen. I'm going to ask you to join us with holding the foundation of this song with an Om. And if you know it, please sing along. We're doing the Gayatri Mantra, meditating on the glorious splendor of the divine light, the sun, the Savitur. May that divine light illumine our intellect and guide our thoughts in the right direction. So background vocals, can you add the Om right now? And will you join me as we celebrate Kwanzaa? Somewhere, somebody is celebrating Kwanzaa. And the principle today is Ujima, which is collective work and responsibility. So I ask us to be a collective today and to set that intention for 2026 for our highest yet to be. For whatever needs to be released. Do I get an om back here? And I invite you to join us as we say, Om Buddha Bhuva Svaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurra Bhuva Svaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurra Bhuva Svaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Om Bhurra Bhuva Svaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat
I would like to thank the musicians, Reverend Queen Michelle and Reverend Maureen, for reminding us that we're all perfectly imperfect, and that the lines on our faces are character that's been acquired over this thing called life. Thank you. It's now time for our conscious giving, and it's an opportunity to participate in the law of circulation. We know that we've been taught that it's better to give than to receive, but the most important idea that's often missed is that we must receive first in order to give from a place of abundance. So the ushers in a minute will be passing the baskets around, and there's actually two baskets inside. There is a little basket with joy blessings, blessings of joy, and there's a larger basket that contains the smaller one. So pull out a blessing of joy, keep it with you all week long, and know that it is a message from your higher self. And let it remind you how much you are loved. Once you've drawn the blessing of joy from the little basket, you'll be able to give your offering into the larger basket to complete the law of circulation by giving back. Ushers, please circulate the two baskets. I invite you to invoke the feeling of gratitude through thoughts of life's abundance. right where you are. And allow that to fill you and the space around you.
All that I am, all that I see, all that I've been and all that I'll ever be is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. For it, you're my life, you're my breath, you're my smile, you're a guest, you're the earth, you're the sun, you're grass, you're a love, you're a hands, you're a bug, you're our eyes, you're a light in the dark, you're a spark, you're a fun, you're my mom, you're my water, you're my stars, you're my daughter, you're friend till the end, you're my dream, you're the ants on the ground, the miracles that surround, I'm feeling it all around, the hemisphere and the clouds, you're my pain, sorrow, hope for tomorrow, you're the path that I follow, the blah, 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 you're the blessings that are the small things that are bliss, the gift to realize that all that I am, all that I see, all that I've been, all that I've been, and all that I'll sing it for yourself is a blessing. It's so amazing, and I'm grateful for it all. Everybody say, na 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 na, hey, na 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 na. Na, 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 na. Say grateful for na 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 na. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So I lift up my hands now, and I open my heart. Let us. And my gratitude goes out to everything near and far. All that I am, all that I see, yes, all that I've been, and all that I'll ever be, ever be. It's a blessing. It's so amazing, yes, and I'm grateful, 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 grateful. All that I am, all that I see, all that I am, all I'm gonna be. Grateful, grateful for. Everybody say, na 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 na. Hey, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Grateful for it all.
One of the things that we truly take to heart here is that our word has power. So please join me in blessing the offering by saying together the prosperity affirmation. The words are up on the screen. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. I would like to mention that next Sunday, Reverend Nadene Rogers will be back speaking, kicking off 2026. Where our annual theme will be The Way of the Heart is the Way Through. And then Reese Whitaker and the praise team and the house band will be back. And Reverend Nadine's specific message and that annual theme is Return to One, Back to the Basics. January is Back to the Basics month, right? Alrighty. So now we do have some announcements. The 2026 membership pledge drive is winding down, and to speak to the value of being a contributor and supporter of the center is longtime member Carol Field. Long time? Long time. Carol Field.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. So long time, and I'll try not to, I'll keep this under 5 minutes. June 10th, 2012. This was the flyer from that day. It was the day that Dave and I walked through the doors. And we sat in the back of the room because I didn't want to get to know anybody. I just wanted to be in the back. Welcome packet? Yeah, we'll take a welcome packet. Neil and Madeline Zimmerman were out at the concierge desk. It's like, Dave, let's just grab a packet and let's get out of here before anybody says anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be held accountable for anything, but we came back because we found this was home. David had, that day, he was going to the AIDS life cycle. He had 3 things that he said, and I thought this is really perfect because in about a week after we were here, I was headed with my husband, my mom, my sister, and my nephew in a 22-foot RV, 4,000 miles for 2 weeks. I needed whatever Dr. David was going to say. Totally needed it. The first thing he said was set goals for the trip. Now, when I say that, it worked for that trip for me, but what this has come to mean for me since we've been here is live consciously, live life consciously, set my goals for my trip, my life, which is every day. Number 2 was dive in, sorry, I don't need glasses to read, and come out the other side. Dive in, what the heck? Dive in for me at the center has been showing up, volunteering, going to classes, diving deeper in the God that's within with every breath. And it has changed my life. And the last but not least, which was really important for this trip, was to complain enough to be interesting, but not enough to be boring. And I found that back then, I bored myself because I complained way too much, and there was no conclusion for it. But now, because I have spiritual practices and tools that I can do, meditate, breathe, because I know with every breath there is God, that I have found a home here. And it's this philosophy, and it is the chosen people that are here that are part of the family. It's a community, it's a family. So that's been my yes. And if you are here to say yes, I'm serving concierge. Don't pass me by. Please come and sign up, make a pledge to this community, make a pledge to your life, and say yes to yourself. Thank you. Happy 2026.
Thank you, Carol. She saved the program from 13 years ago. That says a lot.
Yes, and Jennifer Beck was the practitioner being profiled back.
All I'll say is the first time I came through the doors, there was no way in any area of the world that I thought I would ever stand up here. So you never know. So you do bring value to this community, and you bring value to the future of Centers for Spiritual Living in San Jose. So if we bring you value, please see Carol at the concierge and consider becoming a member or consciously choosing to renew your membership. We're doing that this year for the first time in a while, too. Okay. One of our traditions is a New Year's Eve candle lighting ceremony. And there may be some magic flash paper involved too, to allow things you don't want to take with you into the new year to go into the night. So that is going to be this Wednesday, December 31st, from 5:30 to 7 p.m. to release the old or shed the old and welcome in the new year. So please join us. Then next Sunday after service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., the center is hosting a complimentary community workshop and ceremony to support ourselves and each other in releasing and revisioning 2026. I would hope that we can get 2026 better than 2025 was. And Reverend Nadene is encouraging all who can to attend as we expand our consciousness into that new space called 2026. A certificated or accredited course is being offered beginning in January as well, called Spiritual Economics, based on the book by Eric Butterworth. This is 7 weeks from January 22nd to March 12th. It's a hybrid course, so of the 7 weeks, 4 are in-person classes and 3 are purely online. But even the in-person, I think, will be available online as well. You can check that out at the concierge desk. The investment in that is $195. Eric Butterworth brings an empowering perspective and a common sense recipe to abundance. I have taken the class twice since I've been here. And again, also in January, Melissa and Z Egoff are coming back for a weekend where on Saturday, January 24th from 10 to 4, they will teach the Enneagram workshop. If you've never explored the Enneagram, it's fascinating. It gives you insight into what makes you tick as well as what makes some of the other folks in your life tick, and promotes understanding. And then there will be a $60 investment for that class, and a light lunch is included. And that's on Saturday. And then the following Sunday, the 25th, they are the musical guests and the guest speakers as well. So we get a double treat, double dip of Melissa and Z. And then please mark your calendars for this. As we roll into January and we get the year rolling and get the year going, we are going to have on January 25th, the last Sunday of the month. So the first Sunday of the month, it's an individual visioning for ourselves for 2026. In the last Sunday of the month, January 25th from 12:30 to 2:30, we are going to enter into visioning as a community to receive divine guidance on how or who or what are the characteristics of the next senior minister to call into Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. So that's a very important thing as part of the community, so please mark your calendars on that. It's a collaborative process, and again, based on our theme of the heart for next year. It's a collaborative process, it's a journey, it's from the heart, and it's from a place of strength. And we are going to do this together. I'd like to invite up Reverend Maureen really quickly. She has an announcement, a celebratory announcement to make.
I believe it will be on screen. You will see Josh Jostin from the sound booth. And there he is. And today, 20 years ago, the final Sunday in 2005, Josh came to Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. He was curious about getting into a spiritual part of his life nourished and refilled. And so he came here and he came back. And he got curious and he got involved. He took classes. He got asked to work the board in the sound booth, and he is part of my natural team. And he said, well, I'll just do it from there. So we have a gift for Josh also to thank him for his 20 years and more. This is not day. This is the day moving forward. I got, what do you give somebody from a church as a gift? He likes cheese. I gave him holy cow cheese.
Josh. For those who don't know, Josh has been here longer than the soundboard. He's gone through like 2 or 3 soundboards. And Josh was a youth advisor too, the youth. So, quick reminders. The potluck's happening today. Come out there and share with everybody else how last year has enriched your life. There's got to be at least one thing. And then the Friday morning meditation this week is canceled because it's the day after New Year's and people will be sleeping in. So anyway, Links to register for any of the events that we mentioned, like the class and stuff like that, can be found on the website calendar at www.cslsj.org. Or you can visit Carol at the concierge desk, and she can help you sign up or not. You can also find recordings of today's services on our website, on our YouTube channel, and on our Facebook page. So please click and share and invite your community to watch. Okay, so all the youth and teen are here, and the practitioners of the day are up here already, so they're already there and there. And if you're a practitioner with a purple stole on today, would you please stand where you're at? And we have Barbara in the back, and Debbie and Dorleen. So these folks are available for prayer after service. If you want to go back into the corner over there and flag one of them down, whether it's something heavy on your heart or whether it's something that you want to give gratitude for, give thanks for, those folks are there to pray with you. And if you're more reserved, you can put the request into the back box there by the window. There's a prayer box. You can write your request and put it in there, and they'll be taken into prayer this week. So I'm turning it over to one of our practitioners of the day to please give us our affirmations.
Okay, the affirmations. So many wisdom words were shared. So if you would stand and repeat after me. I feel whole and healing is here.
I feel whole and healing is here.
My imperfections are just perfect.
My imperfections are just perfect.
Every crack makes me more beautiful.
Every crack makes me more beautiful.
I am walking my love through the labyrinth of life.
I'm walking my love through the labyrinth of life.
And so it is.
And so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
On behalf of our entire community, thank you for being part of our spiritual family today. We look forward to seeing you again, and have a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See you next year.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Thank you.
Happy New Year. Happy
See you
New
next
Year.